Hello friends, OS Pole Position News. Let's talk about Ferrari controversy on team radio during the Chinese Grand Prix. Ferrari had a day to forget at the Formula One Chinese Grand Prix, with a double disqualification for Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. However, the drama involving a false impression of team orders further added to team boss Fred Vasseur's discomfort. Hamilton and Leclerc were running in 4th and 5th places, respectively, after their first pit stop around lap 20, when the Tifosi first noticed team orders were in play, with Hamilton seemingly unhappy about the situation. Hamilton's race engineer, Riccardo Adami, instructed him, "We're swapping positions at turn 14, to which the 7-time world champion replied, "When he's closer, yeah." This was the first message picked up by the global broadcast, which led commentators to speculate that Hamilton was not too keen on letting his teammate pass. Then Adami said, "We will swap this lap," and Hamilton's curt reply was, "I'll tell you when we swap," just before he allowed Leclerc to pass. This further stirred reactions among the Tifosi, especially since Leclerc was dealing with a damaged front wing, although it soon proved to be the correct decision. Hamilton continued to struggle with pace and eventually pitted again, finishing well behind Leclerc before technical infractions resulted in both drivers being disqualified from the results. However, what the TV audience didn't know was that it was Hamilton himself who had suggested swapping places in the first place. "I think I'm going to let Charles go, because I'm struggling," he said. But this crucial message, which would have prevented the media speculation, was never broadcast. After the race, team principal Vasseur expressed his frustration with what he saw as FOM manufacturing drama around his team, especially after last week's media frenzy regarding Hamilton's conversations with Adami. "I think this is a joke from FOM, because the first call came from Lewis," he told reporters. "Lewis asked us to swap, but to make the show and create the mess around the situation, they broadcast only the second part of the question. I will discuss this with them," an F1 spokesperson confirmed. There was absolutely no intention of presenting a misleading narrative regarding the Ferrari team radio. Due to other situations developing during the race, the message from Lewis was not played, but this was not intentional. Speaking about how Hamilton's adaptation to Ferrari has been portrayed, Vasseur said, "The media made a huge mess last week on the messages between the engineer and Lewis. Honestly, when Lewis came back to the briefing room, he said to his engineer, 'Good job.' But because they were discussing how to use K1, and he said, 'Don't speak when I'm in the fight,' I had tons of questions. It was Lewis who asked to swap. I'm not even sure that you will have this kind of situation 10 times during the season in other teams." From the pit wall, we really appreciated Lewis's call to say, "Guys, I'm losing pace, I'm keen to swap." The collaboration between the two guys is amazing. I can't complain a single second about it. Hamilton began his Ferrari journey with a sprint pole position on Friday, followed by a dominant sprint race win on Saturday morning. So, Ferrari have a lot to do during the season. What are your opinions on this case? Leave it below. And do not forget to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next.